Hello everybody, good day to you all. Today I'm talking about Treadstone, Season 1, Episode 1, the Cicada Protocol, episode directed by Romain Barani. In this episode here, we start out with we have an American soldier captured by the Russians, and it looks like they forced him to do things he doesn't want to do. It looks like he's been beaten, he's been tortured. It looks like he's out of it, and he's pretty much begging them not to make him do this. He's begging not to make him do this, and then they start singing Farah Jaka to him, and then all of a sudden he switches off, and he just kills the people in front of him. Turns out the people who he killed were his men. He's an American soldier captured by the Russians, and it forced him to kill other American soldiers. And you see him trying to get out of the situation, trying to get out of this, and so they won't do any more stuff to him. And because this whole world, it seems to be set up and built in the whole Born Identity world. Yeah, so it's all in the same world. And so what they did with the Matt Damon's character, they pretty much doing to like not only to this guy, but a lot of people all around the world, they turn into like these sleeper agents, and they all get triggered when they hear the song Farah Jaka. Yeah. So you see him escape and get away, running away from these Russians, and then it cuts to present day, and you see the CIA approaching this ex-reporter because of the story she was doing, and the thing is though they need her to talk to General Kwan, who only one speaks to her because he respected her work and her tenacity and her willing to pretty much sacrifice her own career for what she believed was right, and so. He understands that. He understands her, and so he wants to talk to her about this thing called Treadstone. She don't know what it is. The CIA don't know what it is, and so it's just, what the world is Treadstone? What are they talking about? And so now they got to figure out what this mean and what all these sleeper agents, how they connect to it and what was actually going on. And then you get cut to another guy named Doug McKenna, who's played by Brian Smith, and he works on like an oil rig, something like that too. And all the crew get called him by the boss. They pretty much telling that a lot of people are getting laid off. A lot of people, because the Russians are coming in and they're taking their jobs. And they're just, what? And so now he's back in Alaska, chilling at a bar. He sees a woman at the bar who's talking on the phone, and he's drawn to her for some reason. Even though he's married, he's not interested in her. He just feels as though he recognizes her. And he keeps on asking her, do I know you? Or something like that. Do I have met you somewhere? And she thinks she's hitting on him. And he said, no, I'm happily married. But I feel as though I know you. And then a Russian hits on her. She yells back at the Russian. Russian want to start a fight. He tries to defend her honor. And that's the thing you know, he's getting butt whipped for a second. And then all of a sudden, he just breaks out with all these fancy moves and starts breaking people's arms, breaking people's legs, throwing people across the building, across the room, and everybody just, what? It freaks him out. Everybody else is freaked out. He doesn't have no idea what's going on. And then he goes back and talking to the woman and telling her what's going on. And then turns out she's his handler, and that's why he recognized her. And she probably uses Farah Jaka to pretty much control him and mind wipe him if she needs to, make sure he stays in line. And then we get another sleeper agent, So Young, who's played by Hoyo Jo Han. Hope I said that right. And she's like a piano teacher. She teaches little girls piano. She seems very nice, very sweet. And all of a sudden, she hears Farah Jaka, and she ends up killing General Kwan, the guy who's talking to the reporter. So there's what? So now you're seeing how everything's connected and everything's coming together. And says, oh. And the messed up part is she was triggered, but she didn't know who triggered her, why they triggered her. All she just had the need to see this guy and take him out. And the thing is though, even though he's an older gentleman, he did not go down quietly into the night. He fought back, and it was nice. I gotta say, the fight choreography on this show is fantastic. Where this show is shot, cinematography, it looks like a movie, and it's done so well. The story is very interesting. The action scenes are very, very great. It's not like, and again, because the thing is though, I still don't exactly know exactly what's going on and what's happening, but the mystery and how everything was set up and how the story was being told makes you want to watch the show even more. And because the thing is though, when you're watching the beginning, in the first part, you're seeing this American soldier running away from the Russians. And you realize this when you see what happens at the end. You realize this happened in the past, and the woman that he got away from is actually the same older woman who's with this with her husband now. She's not retired, and because the thing is though, her husband gets a new hearing aid, so he can hear. But because of his new hearing aid, he's picking up this signal from the, inside the barn, which he's trying to keep him away from. And but then he follows it, and because he's curious to see what's going on, and he sees this whole long hallway, and he sees this thing with the beeping. He said, and she follows him there, and he sees her. He's like, "Look, baby, see, I told you I heard a noise. See, that was noise right there." Not knowing what it is, not knowing who she is in her past life, or what she actually still doing. Like all I gotta say is he didn't have a good ending. Poor fella. All he wanted was a hearing aid. He wanted to hear. And now he heard too much. So sad. Overall, great first start to the episode. I'm enjoying this world. I'm getting to know these characters, getting to know trying to figure out what the Russians are trying to do with these sleeper cell assassins. Who are their targets? What they're trying to do, and how can these people get, I guess like you say, re-brainwashed, or if they can, or if they can't. So, all I gotta say, great first start to the season, great first episode, highly recommend it. I really did enjoy it. So leave your comments down below. Let me know what you thought of the episode of Treadstone. And if you haven't watched it, check it out for yourself. Hopefully when you watch it, you will enjoy it and have fun watching it too. So give my channel a big like, hit the thumbs up, shaboop, and subscribe to my channel and share. I would appreciate it. Like I always say in my dream of life, I am the Ninja Rabbit. Peace out, peoples.